The foreclosure wave is coming to Boise, Idaho. That is what I hear constantly on videos I watch and articles I read, what the news media asks me, and even what people like yourself are asking me. I'm reading it, I'm seeing it, I'm hearing about it, and I just want to have a candid conversation about what's really happening in the Boise market so you're prepared that when the foreclosure wave comes, if it does come, you're going to be able to hop right in and snag a deal. Or if it doesn't come, why it's not going to be coming and why I think you should be prepared for it not to come to Boise. So earlier today, I had a conversation with the news media about one question they asked me, and that was, Greg, we're seeing in the news all over the place that the Boise housing market is getting ready to crash and we have a ton of foreclosures that are about ready to hit the market. Can you speak to that? And I was caught off guard. I'll be honest with you. I was like, what? I'm down boots on the ground working, helping people like you get to Idaho, and we're not seeing that at all. And so I asked the news media a follow-up question to the question they asked me. I said, well, what publications are you seeing that in? They're like, well, we're seeing it all over. In every article, it says that Boise was the fastest to appreciate, and it's the most overpriced, and it's the fastest to fall. We had a nice conversation about that, but it is a question that I get a lot, not only from the news media, but also from clients who are like, what is really happening with the Boise market? So here's what I have right now and what's going on. So it is true that the Boise market is cooling off. According to Smart Asset, here are the top 10 fastest cooling real estate markets. Number 1, Boise, Idaho. Number 2, Austin, Round Rock, Georgetown, Texas. 3, the Phoenix metro area. So Boise hit the number 1 as far as cooling market. So let's talk about that really quick. So one of the biggest reasons why the Boise market is cooling off is the obvious. The lockdowns are over. The policies that were in place in California, they're no longer in place to some degree. There's still a desire to move to Boise. And according to Redfin, the top 10 inbound metro areas to the Boise market: number 1, Los Angeles. Number 2, San Francisco. Number 3, Seattle. Number 4, Washington. Number 5, San Diego. California was our number 1 biggest influx of buyers in the past 2 years. And a lot of people came probably for the same reason that maybe you got turned on to this YouTube channel or you're watching it, is because it really kind of forced people to rethink how they wanted to live their lives. There was a lot of government involvement in your own personal life. There's a lot of safety concerns that people had. There's a lot of homelessness that people just didn't want to deal with, and there's a surge in crime. And so that was the number 1 reason why people were coming. And now that the lockdown's over and people can travel around and do their thing, we've seen that kind of taper off. This video is sponsored by Ron Hatch with Madison Pool. Ron is my personal financial advisor, and he is accepting new clients at this time. All of his contact information will be down below. When you give him a call or you reach out to him, tell him Go Idaho sent you. The second reason why we're seeing that cool down here in the Boise market is the interest rates. The interest rates, of course, are out of everyone's control, but when you go from a 3% interest rate to a mid-6 interest rate, kind of have to put the brakes on a little bit and kind of think, well, can we afford this house? Can we get what we need out of the house we currently have to make the move and transition to Idaho with the current payment, with the current interest rate? People had to pause for a moment, kind of look at their finances a little bit better, see if that emotional pull was still there to push them to move out of the city that they're in, the friends that they know, and the families are close by, and make that move here to Idaho. The third reason why we've seen a cool off here in the Boise area is kind of tied to those interest rates. The price of inflation has caught people off guard, it accelerated at a rapid increase, and now people are like, that dollar doesn't go as far as it used to 2 years ago, where we could just go out and buy whatever. Now people are holding their wallets a little bit more close to their vest, trying not to get onto the credit card to do additional spending. So the recession has had an impact, as has inflation. So with that cooling off, are we seeing that big foreclosure wave coming? I mean, if you look at it, the statistics are proven. 0.54% of all the home buyers outside those top 10 metro areas are looking to move to Boise, Idaho. That is a lot of people who are looking here in Idaho. So what makes it a foreclosure season? What makes it that the market's going to be crashing? Here's why I don't think it's going to be crashing in 2023. If you look at the key metrics of where we were in 2021 to 2022, the closed sales were 992 last year. This year to date, they're 670. So we're down. But look at this. The median sales price last year, 2021, was $532,666. Today, the average sales price is $561,500. Days on market, 23 last year at this time. And last year at this time, everyone was in a panic mode thinking that, oh my gosh, we are crashing. Here we are a year later, our average day on market is only 42 days. One of the biggest indicators that you can tell if the market's heading to a crash or not is how much inventory is out there. If you remember, and I was selling real estate in the 08 crash, 07 crash, there was so much supply on the market that lenders were giving you a 40-year loan doing 30 interest only with a second. Well, you did have a prepayment penalty. I have not seen any type of lending like that. The current months of supply of inventory right now is 2.7. So if you go to my website, How's the Market, and you look online, you'll see that I have indicators in every city here in this local market that tell you, is it a buyer's market or is it a seller's market? And you'll see that here in Ada County, it's a seller's market, just barely, depends on the area. When people are coming here to Boise, Idaho, and they're saying, Greg, we are hearing that the market is really soft here. We're seeing all the price reductions. Can we offer 200,000 under asking? Can we offer 100? Can we go 75 under asking? The answer is, of course you can. You can ask for that. It doesn't mean that the seller will give that to you. And in most cases, that's not going to happen. However, you will see those price reductions because builders right now, they have inventory. They built based off the demand in 2021. So they tackled subdivisions like crazy. They threw up houses as fast as they could because they couldn't move them quick enough. Now that demand has cooled off for the reasons I gave earlier in this video. And so now builders are saying, geez, we have a lot of houses we gotta move. We paid X for the dirt, we paid X to build it. Let's slash the price back to what a normal market should be to get this property moved. Now, you're also hearing major reports all over about job cuts. Builders are laying crew off. Lenders, realtors, they are dropping like flies because they built their business based off the boom that we had. And so as things cool off, obviously they have to go back to what business normally looks like. So a lot of people say, well, Greg, you're just a realtor, you're just trying to downplay it all. I'm not. The numbers speak for themselves. We are literally moving at a fast pace. Here in this month, we helped 6 families move here to the Boise, Idaho area. For us, that's great. Right around Thanksgiving, of course, people are still wanting to get to Idaho for what Idaho has to offer. Redfin has a really cool graph, and I'm going to put that on the screen right now and kind of go through this right now with you. So in 2018, you can kind of see where they started tracking this 5 years ago. You'll see a spike in 2018 and then a small drop, and then it'll continue to rise gradually like a normal healthy market does. And then you'll see that big jump when the pandemic happened, and now you'll see a little bit of cooling off. But if you look from where we were 5 years ago to where we are today, you see a dramatic increase. And this is why I think if you're a homeowner here in the Boise, Idaho area, now is the absolute best time to sell your home. Here's why I think it's the absolute best time to sell your home. If you've lived in Idaho for, let's say, 5 years or more, and you have a great mortgage right now, you have so much appreciation and so much equity in your house from when you first bought it, and you know that, to where you could sell it for today. So what I'm seeing are a lot of people move up into the neighborhood they want to get into that maybe it was definitely priced out 2 years ago or last year. Now there's an opportunity for you to sell your Boise home and move into that neighborhood that maybe has always been on your bucket list to live in, or maybe has that school that you really want to get your kids in. Now I think is a fantastic time to unload your property. Now I know a lot of you will probably say, well, Greg, you're just a realtor, you're trying to make a quick buck. No, I really genuinely want to help you. I really want to position you. My job is to give you good advice and good information because this is my job. I work it every day. I help so many people like yourself navigate their real estate investments or their purchases. Right now, we are seeing a lot of activity still in the Boise area. People are still coming, they're still searching, they're still reaching out. And the homes that are on the market, there's some that just are ugly. Some that just shouldn't be priced the way they are. Others that are priced really nicely, they move quick. The average home gets about 2 offers in this market right now, so that's a real good indicator. You just need to price it correctly, and if you price it correctly, you're not going to be on the market for 40 days. You're going to be on the market for 20 to 25 days and be able to move up and get a great deal on a purchase from a home in the neighborhood that you really want to get to. So that wave of foreclosures that everyone is expecting to hit Boise, Idaho, I just don't think it's going to happen. We have so much interest of people coming here. I think the real estate market as a whole is going to correct about 4%. It still has 4% to drop, maybe a little bit more. So if you're kind of thinking, you know, today my house is worth 900,000, take 4% of that, and that's probably kind of where we can see the market heading. But man, I just don't see the buyers who have been buying homes here. They're not getting crazy loans. We don't have a ton of inventory that's just like, oh my gosh, you know what, how can we move this property, let's just let it go. We don't have that. We don't have that at all right now. Builders still have so much room to cut and work deals. They have the power to run promotions and kind of help offset some costs. They can put in landscaping to help move the property faster. There's a lot of things that still can happen, but Boise is growing like crazy. We are trying to get so much more commercial stuff approved in every little city because there's so much growth here. Topgolf just opened up. That's popular. Shield Sports is set to open up. The second In-N-Out location is set to open up. That's not going to slow down. People are still going to want entertainment. They're still going to want to shop, and they're still going to want those In-N-Out burgers. So Boise is not going to have the wave of foreclosures. So put on your calendar next year at this time. We'll see if I'm right or wrong, but I think I'm going to right, because people who came here, they came from more expensive markets. And when you sell a more expensive home than when you buy, most likely you're going to pay cash, put some money in savings, which most people did, or they put a chunk of that down as their down payment and have a very small mortgage with a fantastic interest rate. So 2023 foreclosure wave, not gonna happen. If you disagree with me, leave a comment. I cannot wait to read all your comments. If you have more questions about making a move to Idaho or getting your property on the market, which I think is the right thing to do right now, if you're gonna sell, now is the time to start that process. Then why don't you go ahead and reach out to the Go Idaho team. Here you can go to our website, www.goingidaho.com, and start looking at all the different houses that are available in those areas that you want to move to. Then connect with us. If you're on social media, whatever platform you're on, we are on too. Send us a DM, we'll connect with you and set up a time to talk and learn more about your situation and kind of work through maybe your situation, your circumstance, and kind of look at the timing and see if it's the right time or not. If you like this video, I've got more videos I'll put up right here about the Boise, Idaho area. Click on those, watch them, and until next time, go Idaho.